shit real quick. You know, bitch, gonna be in their feelings this summer. All my bitches pimping in their bag on their hot girl shit.
It's a hot girl summer. Let's get this bitch busted.
Cool.
Perfect. So I'm here with my lovely, met as internet friends.
Yes.
Internet friends that became real life friends.
Nice, good over a year by now.
Yeah,
now.
It's so random, but I love it because that's just like it goes. That's a totally different topic, but it goes to show like, yeah, we're social distancing at this time, but you can still make connections.
Absolutely.
And honestly, sometimes they're a little more authentic.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I would say having internet friends, ironically, is actually more authentic than probably meeting people.
Right.
In person.
Right. So definitely started as internet friends. You are a DJ.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have you introduce yourself.
I am Alex Love. I have been DJing in DC since November 2016. It's when I got my first break. So it was like a couple of days, like right before my birthday. I still have the video of me like crying once I got the news. Emotional Scorpio.
So give us a little background. Like, where did you start before you were DJing?
So I actually was in retail for 12 years total, but 10 of it was in retail management.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 years at Victoria's Secret. I loved it there. So much structure. Then I went on to New York Company for almost 2 years, a good 3 years at Forever 21, and ended at CBS.
How long into your retail management career did you start to feel like, okay, I'm good at this, and there's parts of me that loves this, but I don't want to do it anymore?
The moment my manager was driving me completely insane when I was working at CVS. Like, it was just like, it was time. Because I technically started, I started DJing, like a whole bedroom DJing situation, January 2012. My ex saw how much I absolutely love music, and she was just like, well, here, I believe in your dream. Let's get you a set. And luckily, when I was at Forever 21, my manager then was nice enough when I did start kind of getting a gig, was nice enough to let me kind of do it every now and again, but still being in management, I didn't have my weekends.
Right.
So once I got to CVS and seeing how much I really, really enjoyed it and just wanted to be out of retail, that's when it was just like, it's time to go.
It's funny because they say it's like usually the reason why people leave good jobs is because of management.
Well, that's because, so for me, my biggest thing is that I feel like a lot of people, unfortunately, forget where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't forget being that sales associate at Victoria's Secret that was making like $7.25 an hour. So it's one of those type of things. I feel like the ego kind of gets to a lot of people when it comes to management, because a lot of upper management didn't understand my method. They were just like, your staff like loves you way too much, and I'm just like, is that honestly a bad thing? Because trust me, when I ask them to do something, they do it.
Right.
So, and even for like my best friend that you know, Ashley, Carmen Kisses, astrologer,
Mm-hmm.
like she actually was, you know, one of my employees, one of my sales associates when I was a manager, but she understood, you know, both my nice side as much as well when I had to be stern if I needed to. You know what I'm saying? But she was one of the easy ones, thank God. Such a great hard worker. So shout out to her.
So what was the process though where you were like, okay, were you just like secretly DJing on the side and you're like, once this blows up a little bit more, I'm going to just quit the other thing? Were you like, well, I can do both? Or were you like, or was it just like a quick cold turkey? I'm going to just start doing this. How was that transition?
Let's see. So from my remembrance, okay, so this is when I realized my out, okay? So when I was at CVS, at one point, we actually didn't have a store manager. So it was like all assistant managers and the staff working together to try to make sure that our store was good, because the store manager that we had before was MFing amazing, that he created such great structure that we were able to do it. And it got to the point that our store did so well that we got bonus money.
Okay.
excuse me. So with that bonus money, I started looking into, this is when Uber and Lyft started to blow up for real. So, excuse me, once I saw that, I was just like, okay, I'm going to take this bonus money, put it down towards a vehicle, start doing Uber, and that will be my out. So that way it will give me the freedom to actually create my own hours, so that way I can actually start DJing. So that's what I did. Once we got our bonus money, got my vehicle, 2 weeks later, as you saw, I celebrated May 31st, 2016, done with retail officially. So that's what I wound up using as my out. So for Uber, I wound up doing that like up until when I met my mentor, October 2016, and was still juggling both Uber and DJing, but DJing still hadn't really taken off yet. So I was basically doing both.
What was the moment where you were like, wow, I'm a full-time DJ? Like this is
it is when, shout out to my work wife, Farrah Fawcett, when she really took me and started putting me in rooms with other people, like putting me at the W Hotel, Red Rocks, out here in DC, like all these places out here in DC, is once that became more of a full-time situation, especially when she got me into my residency at the Dirty Goose, which I'm there like every Saturday. So it was like once that started taking off, on top of my other homegirl, DJ Fancy, putting me on to Scratch, is how I'm also now able to DJ inside of retail stores, which I always find fun or funny when I go inside. So having both of those kind of was the catalyst to be like, okay, I can actually drop Uber and now become a full-time.
Now, is there anything you would tell your younger self starting out? Any tips that you would say, hey, watch out for this, or no, don't do that, or maybe you should go with it?
Yes. One would definitely be start sooner. Don't allow the fear of security to creep in, because it was a lot of, get you a good government job and all that wonderful good stuff. So I was very much content with, being in retail for 10 years. And it's just like my life and my career really didn't start until I hit 30, 31. You know what I'm saying? And being at 35 now, is just like sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn, what if I did start when I was like 24, 25, years old? But at the same time, I'm also grateful for the people that I have met where I am now. Where most people were clubbing in their 20s and going out every weekend, I wasn't. Hate to say it, I'm probably like a 20-year-old in my 30s now, because I'm getting a chance to actually like experience what I didn't experience in my 20s. So I would say definitely starting earlier. Other than that, I really honestly have no regrets, because to me, starting is better than not starting at all.
Right. I think fear, though, is pretty much everyone's biggest problem when it comes to following like their dreams and goals, though. But what do you think it is, though? Because I think about it all the time. I try to like process it. And the thing is, anytime anything bad, let's say like an unfortunate circumstance myself has come across, I've gotten through it. So it's like the worst thing, you know what I mean? What is the fear? Like the fear of like, oh, I'm going to fail. Well, I failed before and I was fine, that kind of thing. But fear is like so crippling though.
It is very, very much crippling, because even for me, like I used to act. In fact, my very first actual job, like first paycheck, was, acting and being on stage during like these little summer camps and things of that nature. And I just remember being so content with like, well, technically I have to act in retail. That is my stage. So I'm cool with that. I'm still doing what, I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just like, really, you're not. Right. You're not. It's literally having to really push yourself through. So oddly enough, I told myself August 1st, 2015, my family had a family reunion, and they decided to go ziplining. Your girl does not do heights, and I don't do heights going fast, okay? But I told myself, I said, if I can get through this course, it was time to put up or shut up. So I did it. I got through my course, and that was kind of like okay, if I can get over that fear,
Mm-hmm.
I have to start getting over another fear. But it's like it's like having to push yourself out of a plane. Like you have to,
Right.
you have to. If you don't, you're gonna be sitting there with a lot of regrets. So yeah, you gotta push yourself out of a plane.
That's kind of what I always look like. Time's gonna pass either way. So you can either do what you want to do or you cannot, because it's gonna go.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that and I look back at this. To me, I feel like as kids have no fear.
Right.
You got to think about it. Unfortunately, the fear of your parent and all of that kind of ties in, or the fear from your family, or the fear from your own peers. It's basically like everybody else is in your ear or in your head,
Right.
and it's like having to push that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say, because I know, like, as children, we're just like, I'm gonna do what I want. Oh, I broke my arm. That's cool. He'll I'm gonna still do me. Like,
Right. Exactly. But what's the next steps for you, do you think, in your career?
I actually have a business venture that I'm planning on either launching on Monday or Tuesday, I believe. I'm debating if I want it to be on Monday or Tuesday because it's a full moon, and full moon are for releasing. So,
You know, I know. You know.
so that's why I'm like, and I'm surprised because in fact, before we even had this call, I had somebody reach out to me about paying me to do 2 mixes for DC Black Pride, and I'm just like, cool.
Right.
Like, so who would have thought that at a time where technically I'm unemployed,
Right.
so what a time to be alive, that it actually has worked. Like it's brought out more creativity, it's brought out time to really focus and hone in on my craft, like I basically probably should have been doing a little bit better at beforehand, I think. So it's just like with this timeout, shall I say, is definitely pushed more.
Well, okay, so that's a good thing to touch on. How has this stay-at-home order, quarantine, whatever it's called, affected you, personal life and professional life?
um Professional life, it's just odd being without a job. Like it's weird. I always tell people, I'm like, during the week, because I don't have a 9 to 5, I don't have a work from home job or anything like that. Like my job basically consisted of the every now and again Thursday, but definitely like a Friday and especially Saturday. So it's just like during the week, even on a Sunday, like I'm just like, I'm used to being home. When Saturday hits, I start getting antsy. I'm like, so I need to go out, I need to go somewhere, I need to go for a drive, I need to feel some type of normalcy. But obviously be back in the house before 8 o'clock because nobody's trying to pay that $5,000 or be put in jail.
Wait, that's you all's order?
Okay, so I live in DC, technically still a Maryland resident, and $5,000 on both ends. Or I can't remember if it's Maryland was up to a year or DC's up to a year, and one of them is 90 days. But yeah, anybody got time for that? What was it? Virginia got pushed back till they're quarantined up until June 10th.
You know, that's another thing, is like, because I'm obviously technically unemployed, you know, like, but they keep pushing back the date to which we're going to go back to work. Everybody I've talked to, because here in West Virginia, it's not as serious to a lot of people because we don't have as many cases as the rest of them.
Of course. I mean, literally, y'all got the first case, like, what, 2 weeks ago, if anything?
But, you know what's funny about that is because I was still working in Charlotte, and they were like, oh, well, because I took the kids to West Virginia when they shut school down. So that they would have somewhere so I could still work. And they were like, oh, well, West Virginia doesn't have any cases. West Virginia doesn't have any cases. I was like, they probably have a lower amount of cases. People don't really travel to West Virginia. It's not like an international airport. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's because we don't have the test. I don't think it's because we don't have the cases. And that's really the first woman whose husband was diagnosed. She said that she had to push for them to even test him. They weren't even going to test him. So my theory is, yes, I think our numbers are lower, but I also know we're so far behind medically, technically, all that a lot of it is just because. But here, they've closed down a lot of things, and but people are still like out and about. It's not as serious here. I mean, for me, I social distance as a lifestyle. So like it doesn't bother me to just be at home. I'm like chilling, just doing my own thing anyways. But it's just once I file for unemployment, I'm pretty sure you can file. Did you file?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't filed yet, but yeah.
You need listen, I've been like an unemployment coach to my coworkers, everyone around me. I know because I was like, I have to have income coming in. There's no way not. And that's honestly why I was like, well, I just need to start my podcast now because I don't have nothing else to do. What else am I doing besides running out of stuff to watch?
Girl. I don't think I've ever watched this much TV in my life. Like even on days when I'm home, like I'm just like, I told my mom, I was just like, I'm so tired of watching TV. But at the same time, I'm just like, I want to crack open a book, but I don't. I'm just like, I just want to be outside. I just want to outside. That's all I want. I just want outside.
It's interesting too, because it's kind of different when they tell you can't go outside.
Yes.
That's a little bit.
Yes.
Now, personal life, I mean, normally when I would come into West Virginia to visit, because I would come every couple of weeks, I was so busy with the kids, I never really socialized too much anyway, so it didn't bother me. But I have some friends who are like going crazy. Like they cannot handle it.
I would say for me, I think the oddest part is, when I went to my parents' house to go pick up my mail, and, my mom being 71, my dad being 61. Mm-hmm. So it's like with them being of that age, and I come from an affectionate household. I come from like, granted, physical touch is like my third love language, but I'm a hugger. So it's just like not being able to like really hug and show affection. I'm just like, it's weird for me. Okay, I would say that part for me is just kind of like, but other than that, like they kept their distance. Like they were just like, all right, elbow, love you, awesome. But of course, seeing my god kids for their birthday, my mom was like, "You gonna FaceTime them?" I was just like, "It's not gonna happen." I already knew I was gonna go over there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so they keep their distance. I was like, Mom, they're 2 and 3. They don't know what that means.
No, and they don't care. Even if they did, they don't care.
Exactly. I was just like, everybody in that house been quarantined for the past 14 days, no problem. I was just like, everybody, I have 2 roommates. We've been quarantining. The only time we really honestly go out is to go to the grocery store. Other than that, like nobody's just out and about type thing. So, and then we're also very responsible. Like if we do go out, we make sure we leave our shoes at the door. We make sure we write down, doorknobs or whatever type thing, just in case. So, but yeah, I would say that's the only way that it's like affected my personal life. It's like having to, keep my distance from my parents type thing. It's just been weird. Other than that, like I said, I'm used to, I'm used to being an introvert. So it's just like, but that's Saturday. Saturday I get antsy. Saturday I'm ready.
But just think, once this is all over, you're gonna be booked and busy because
I cannot wait for all the Corona quarantine parties that I'm pretty sure are going to break through once this is over and done with. Like, because it's just so weird. Like every time a notification pops up on my phone of what gig I was supposed to have, like what gig, and I'm just like, the first gig that actually took it seriously was through Scratch, the one that lets me do retail gigs. I was supposed to be DJing at the Tommy Hilfiger store March 8th, and they had sent an email like on the 5th or 6th, like, we're just going to give it 30 days. We're going to postpone it. We'll let you know, because it was supposed to be like this whole, because that was Women's Day. So they were going to have all these female DJs for Women's Day to DJ, but they were just like, due to the coronavirus, no. And it just basically kind of went downhill from there. So.
That's okay. It's okay.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
coming in the next couple days. So
you said what?
You got stuff coming in the next couple days. So
I do. I'm excited about it. Last
follow-up question. As a DJ, have you been watching these Verzus battles on IG Live?
Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I have caught Swiss Beats and Timbaland.
Okay. Who do you think won?
Fucking Timberland.
Yeah.
Hands down.
That's why I was like,
down.
yeah, I didn't even watch that one, but I was like, that's not a competition.
Okay, so here, okay. I'm gonna say, see, now you got me. Now I'm just like, all right. Here's my thing. Though Swiss Beats, Timberland, Pharrell, and Just Blaze were like the hottest like producers from my era of like middle school and high school and college and things of that nature. In all honesty, Timbo versus Swizz was a no-brainer because though Swizz has good music, all Swizz Beats sound.
All you need is a fire truck, some pots and pans, and a couple whistles, and you got. Not to disrespect Swiss Beats, I'm not disrespecting.
Yeah, no,
but I'm some key elements.
I know. I'm just like, that's the only thing. Like when I found out that he did, what is it, Angie Stone's song? I was surprised because I own that album. I was like,
yeah,
he actually has range. He did that.
Right. Like I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but I just you know.
And then I called
my favorite one was either T-Pain and
Lil Jon.
It was fun, but the Jonte Austin and Neo one, that was my favorite for sure.
I love me some Neo. Jonte had some good ones. He did, because I did put out my list. I was just like, I think it was like 17 or 18 out of the 20 songs that they went against each other. And I was like, Neo had like 19 out of 20 for me. So it was just kind of like, Neo, songwriter, producer, I literally have a best of Neo, like, playlist on my phone. That man can do no wrong in my eyes.
What is a dream, perfect world, you could set it up battle? It could be producer, songwriter, whatever. It doesn't matter. You could set it up.
For some odd reason, Wayne versus Jay came to my mind because to me, lyrically, they're so different, but lyrically, they are just both dope.
Right.
Like, I love both of them. Jay-Z more, but I like listen to like just old Wayne stuff, and I'm just like, I'm a big metaphor person. Like, blow my mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That maybe that's the Gemini moon in me, but I'm just like, just blow my mind with the words that are coming out of your mouth, and I'm just like, yep, that's it. That's the one, Daniel Son type. So it's just like, I'd much rather see that. Like, I hate to say it, of the new generation, ain't nobody. Like,
hold on a second, because I already know. I already know one of my kids is about to ask me a question. What, Ethan? What? I am. Okay, I'll be right. It just threw off my whole, they find you. They find you no matter where you're at. I'm like in a secret bedroom tucked away, and they found me.
Oh, trust me. My God, kids are the same.
Well, I'm so glad I got to talk to you. Thanks for being one of my first guests.
I'm going to say thanks for, I'm the first.
You're the first one.
Jeez.
You're the first one.
No pressure.
You're the first one. So I know I'm going to go back because that's one of my problems is I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a procrastinator, which is like the cousin of perfectionism, and I'll listen back and be like, I don't like it. I won't ever put it out, but I'm not going to do that. Put it out. But yeah, you're one of the first because my plan is to, I'm going to batch a couple ones and put them all out at the same time and then do after that. So that if somebody does go to listen to it, there's different things they can. But you're the very, 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 very first one.
I'm going to talk so much shit about you now on my IG and my Twitter. Be like, wow, I literally was the first.
You were the first. Listen. First.
So special.
I'm so grateful that you were open to talk to me and
absolutely
some knowledge.
As the jokes go, like, what else do we have to do right about now?
Literally. Literally.
It would have been easier. It would have been easier to catch me on a Sunday anyway. I normally don't have gigs on Sundays, so it would have worked out regardless. But no, I'm grateful that the fact that you actually thought to have me. So
Yeah, when I was thinking of topics, I was like, okay, I want to talk about like somebody who really has made that transition to like from working the, you know, typical, this is my job, this is my career. And you were in it a long time. It wasn't like you just were in retail for 2-3 years. You were in it a decade long. So that's a hard transition.
Yeah. I always tell people, I'm just like, that first year was not easy, because it's not like I necessarily gave up income and just was like, I'm gonna DJ type thing. But it was definitely different. It was definitely different.
I also want to say this, what a skill, because I've been working on my like intro music for the podcast, and I be in GarageBand not knowing nothing.
I don't even use GarageBand.
I don't either.
I'm just like, I mean, I could hook you up with some folks if you you got an idea of what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I got some people in mind. I can hit you up and let you know who to look out for.
Thanks.
Of course.
These are my so you didn't know, so this is a side note, I'll probably cut this out. These are I had to get fake veneers.
Really?
In December. That's why it's so hard for me to talk. And I was like, do I do it with, I actually shattered my front tooth in December.
No.
Yeah. And I had to go 3 months without a front tooth.
Spider bites, missing front tooth. Damn, Whitney.
I was very Tiger King-ish. When I was watching Tiger King, I was like, oh shit, that was me. I get it. Because to get an implant is like $5,000.
Oh, hell no.
For just one tooth, which I had weird teeth anyway. So I was like, so I'm not just perfect tooth and then the rest. It's been a process. So this gives me like a hard list, and they're so white. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. But it's better than no tooth. So
I'm going to say it is better than no tooth. So it works. I would say it works. It works. There's no problem or issue. It works.
It works.
Because I was like, I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like,
we're good.
I was saying, it's not like you even have like this hard list.
I had to practice. The first week, it was like Daffy Duck. I was like, spit everywhere. It was hard. But it's okay. We're powering through. It is what it is. I learned a lot in those 3 months with no tooth, okay? I learned a lot, okay?
What was the lesson?
Another time. I learned a lot. I went in depth with it, okay?
Look at this. I already know my Pisces Scorpio moon. I know. Especially that Scorpio moon went in depth with it.
But no, I appreciate it so much. And this definitely, hopefully, is not our last.
No, absolutely. I would love to continue to work with you. I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. I literally put it in my phone. I was like, podcast interview with Whitney. Chicken soup for the hot girl soul. That's how much I love it. I was just like, this is everything.
I love it. I love you, and thank you so much. And I'll definitely, when I'm done editing this one and putting it all together, I'll send it to you, and then I'll tell you the official day that I'm going to put it up. Okay?
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Thank you. Happy quarantine.
Happy quarantine.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
No problem.